Okay, back to part 2. We'll pick up where we left off and we'll be quick. Teacher reminder list we need to send out. I know we talked about this, just to remind teachers to stay out during transitions in the hall, to complete their documentation. I know Dr. Harrington's looking at the MTSS paperwork, which again has the PBIS part on it. After school detention, there's been a couple complaints about students not being on the list, and then when they come, not having any work to work on. So just a reminder to do those things. And then we've also had, and Ms. Bentley can attest to this, we've had a couple of students that were signed out early, I think, from after school. And so we wanted the teachers to stress that it's until 4 p.m. And if the student doesn't stay till 4 p.m., then they're probably going to need to do another day of after school detention. If you can think of anything else you want to add, type it in right there beside the what else. New business, which will be a whole lot quicker, the 2018-19 action plan. Ms. Bentley and I took a look at last year's action plan to decide what you had accomplished and what was not accomplished, what we wanted to keep as a goal to continue on. I'm currently working on typing that up for you. You'll see that coming out to you in the next week or so. I would appreciate some feedback on that because that's a part of the paperwork that we submit to get our exemplar status. Training videos. I got some feedback from a few of you. The video, Mr. Leslie kind of meshed it all together. We had some suggestions to add a video of classroom expectations, cafeteria expectations, gym expectations, and then there was one, Chromebook expectations. So would really like to have your feedback on whether you think that's a good idea, and should we do that, now and with current students and kind of mesh it to the end of the other video. What do you think? And of course that would require that we add Chromebook to our SOAR matrix in the first place. So something I would like for you guys to talk about and consider if we want to do that or not. Exemplar status, where are we? Well, honestly, we don't know the answer to that because nobody has any dates. That kind of goes back to Melissa Dunn not knowing anything about where DPI stands with the status. So I have requested last year's calendar. Lisa suggested I do that. Melissa Dunn still hasn't given it to me yet, but hopefully if we can get last year's calendar, we can at least be saying, okay, well, we've done this by this date, done this by this date, and it puts us close. Mr. Don, I have sent you the Abe data if you guys want to look at it and compare it to the last one. I will go ahead and link these for you. I know they're not linked right now, but by the time you guys watch this video, it'll be linked with that classroom data. So, Mr. Don, if you'll take a moment to share if there's anything you saw that needed to be shared there. Positive behavior slips. Again, we showed you those SOAR Falcons tickets. Wanted to know what you thought about that and see if you agreed to the office using them. Something that Mr. Bradley Anderson can use, cafeteria ladies can use it. Just anybody who doesn't have a normal classroom could use them. Publicity. We have, or are going to rather, invite Taylorsville Times out to the PBIS event on November 2nd. We would like for them to be a part and get some pictures, some positive feedback. If you can think of anything you want them to focus on, let me know. We've also talked about sending the pictures of the bus of the month and as well as the students of the month and do a small little blurb about them in the Taylorsville Times. So we'd really like your opinion about that. Falcon's Nest, the new handles you guys requested. I tagged it in the last one, but nobody ever commented on it. So here's the link that I gave on the last agenda. I found these. I found these on Amazon. If you guys like, I couldn't find just the handles, even though I know that's what we needed. This one has 2 handles and 4 pucks, and I think it was $8.99, which I'll be happy to sponsor for our nest room if that's what everybody wants to go with. So just please put in some feedback on that and how many sets of that we're going to need. And then lastly, Abe training. I believe that Miss Chapman volunteered to do that with us. So Miss Chapman, if you'll let me know of a date and enough time to give teachers notice to come and get that Abe training, we would appreciate it. Miss Bentley, anything you want to add?
I don't think so.
We've covered a whole lot. Hopefully you guys have paused and taken mini pee breaks and have discussed what you need. If you think of anything, type it in here. Miss Bentley and I will try to take a look at it. I guess I probably should have told you why we're out. Miss Bentley is at a training for resilience training at one place, and I am at middle school mathematics training in Wilkesboro. So we'll get back, we'll take a look at these, and we'll give you feedback. I hope you enjoyed our little mode of presentation here. Have a good afternoon.